Have you ever had someone that tried to take advantage of you or cheat you? Listen, something happened to me on yesterday, and I cannot wait to share it with you. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Well, good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Welcome, everyone, to This Is Your Day broadcast. Hope you guys had a phenomenal sleep on last night and waking up this morning as world overcomers. It's always my pleasure to greet you guys Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Just to help you get your day started. So as you're coming in the room, find that comment box, talk back to me. Good morning, Pastor Sharita. Glad to have you with us. Good morning to my son, Chant. Glad to have you with us. Good morning, Minister Rhonda. Glad to have you with us. Good morning, Minister Tori. Glad to have you with us. As you're coming in the room, find that comment box and talk back to us. Good morning, Brother Andrew and Brother Pierre and everybody as you're coming in. Welcome, welcome. It's Friday and hope you guys are excited. God has kept us another week. We serve a good God, a gracious God, and I'm truly thankful. Are you thankful this morning? Just let me know that you're thankful this morning. Listen, I wanted to share something that happened on yesterday because you know we've been doing teaching on integrity. Say integrity. And because of the time, because we only have 10 minutes, I'm not going to get into defining integrity because we've been in this teaching, so everybody should really understand or know exactly what integrity is. Integrity is simply just being honest, being trustworthy, being a man of your word or a woman of your word. Integrity is being who you are in private, in public. You're not one way in public and another way in private. What you see is what you get. A person of integrity live by the guidelines of God's word. A person of integrity allows that to rule in his life. Having integrity is much like a person that has a compass. I was sharing with you. A compass always point north. I don't care how lost you may get or how turned around you may get. That compass always points north. Much like integrity. Integrity is like the compass. It always points to what's right. So I don't care how turned around in your thinking or in your mind and thinking contrary to the word. if you go back to integrity, integrity always will point you to what's right. However, there's those that will lack integrity. There are dishonest people in this world, and you'll run to them or run into them on occasion. So let's get into my story. On yesterday, I took my wife to an appointment. She had a doctor's appointment. I took her to the doctor's appointment. But being the caring wife that she is, she suggested that while I go into the doctor's office, there's a Dunkin' Donut. Why not go there and get you a cup of coffee and a pastry or something? So I took her up on her suggestion. I went over, and it was funny because day before yesterday and a couple of days before, it was like 70 and 80 degrees, and now on yesterday there's a full-blown blizzard. Snow is coming, and so in the snow, I walked through the snow to get to the Dunkin' Donuts, and I went in, and I ordered a coffee and a couple of the pastries. The bill came out to $6.84. So I gave the gentleman about in his 30s, a brother about in his 30s. I gave him 2 5s. So I gave him $10. So as I'm there waiting, I told him what I want, very clear, but he was moving slow. And then I saw him fumbling in the change as if he was trying to figure out what change was old. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking he's old enough. He looks old enough. He should know how to calculate the change from $6.84, and I gave you $10. So I'm looking for $3 and some change, $3 and about 16 cents. So I'm looking for at least $3. So I see him pull out $1 and some change, and he's just holding it. Now, mind you, I'm watching him, trying to figure out what's going on through his head, because it don't seem like he don't know what change is old. It's looked like I'm witnessing, or I'm looking at a person that's lacking integrity. Why do I say that? Because there are a lot of dishonest people in this world, and some of them make their living by skimming from customers. So if I can skim $1, $2, or $3 from 10, 15, 20 customers, that's something I can put in my pocket. So while he's holding $1 and some change, and he repeat my order, you say you want some coffee and you want the pastries, I say yes. And then he goes to give me the $1 and some change. I never moved. I never reached for it. Because mind you, if I reached for that and put it in my pocket, he could have said, I gave you your change. But the thing is, I never moved because I knew the change wasn't correct. At that moment, you had integrity looking him in his face. Integrity was looking him in his face. And the thing is, he could not look me in my eyes. He kept bowing his head as if his lack of integrity could not face integrity, because I know you're getting ready to run a game on me. So I'm not going to let that happen. So I'm just going to look. And I never reached. Why? Because you owe me more. So as he fumbled around, he went back to the drawer, fumbled some more change, and then pulled out another $1 and repeated my order. See, because if he can get my mind on my order and not on the money, he can go ahead and slip that to me. And guess what? He done skimmed a little bit. He get my order, and he done made his little change. But check this out. When he came with the $2, I never reached, because I'm still, without saying a word, my eyes are speaking, and I'm looking at him. Really, he should hear it echoing from my spirit. You owe me more. So after a few moments, he ended up reaching in there, pulling out. Listen, he never pulled out a calculator. It wasn't as if he didn't know what was owed. He just couldn't get it together to run the game because he was willing to do this, to perform this act that was dishonest. And guess what? Be comfortable doing it. Now, my Bible says a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. That means when you can deceive someone and there is no conviction, you are a danger to yourself. When you can deceive someone with a straight face, or you can lie to someone and don't blink, you are a danger to yourself and your future. So as I'm looking at him, I'm just looking. Because the title, again, when integrity looks you in the face, here is integrity looking at a person that lacks integrity, and all he should be hearing is, you owe me more. Eventually, he gave me my change, $3.16, and then he gave me my order, and I walked out. And then the Spirit of God spoke this to my heart. He said, it's like that for me, son, on Sunday mornings and Wednesday nights. You know, after I've given you the word to share with the people, and when you give them an opportunity to give, and there are some that give, and they're giving exactly what they're supposed to give. However, there are more that's giving me what they want to give me or not giving at all. See, you might laugh because I looked at that man because he owed me more. But on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night, I like to share with you, I believe God is staring at you, echoing the same thing. You owe me more. You know that's not your tithe. You know you made more than that this week. You owe me more. You know I've been better to you than that. You owe me more. And to be comfortable to withhold what is rightfully his. That's what this man was doing to me. He was withholding that which was rightfully mine. He owed me that. God is saying the same thing. You owe me at least that. What you giving me, just because you agree with what you give me, I don't have to agree with it. Understand this, Cain and Abel. Remember the story? Cain and Abel. Abel gave God an offering that was acceptable. However, Cain gave God an unacceptable offering. Don't think just because you give God the leftovers, he all right with that. God is still, he's staring at you. He didn't even reach his hand out to receive. He's watching, he's just looking at you and saying, really? You owe me more. And for those that choose not to give, God is saying, really? Out of all I've done for you, the increase, the promotion, the favor, the raises, and you going to withhold that which is rightfully mine? My Bible says, and it's in yours, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So when you give, not only is that you worshiping God, you expressing your love to God. And when you withhold, you're really telling God, God, I don't really care for you. And when you hold back your tithes and offering, especially your tithes, what you're telling God, God, you're not worth a dime. Yeah. When you don't pay your tithes, what you're saying to God, God, you're not worth a dime. But you yet pray for open doors, increase, promotion, and favor. And guess what? God keep blessing you. But at the same time, when it's time to give, he's looking at you. And echoing the same thing I echoed to this man at Dunkin' Donuts. You owe me more. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hope you guys were blessed by what was shared here. Thank God for all those that value the time of giving and being a blessing to the kingdom of God and worshiping and loving God in your giving. And for all the others, I want to challenge you. You need to come up in that area. You need to possess integrity in your finances. So with that being said, you guys have a phenomenal day. Have a phenomenal week. And remember, this is your day. Love you guys. Be blessed.